UFC 329 delivered plenty of memorable moments, and there's a lot to break down. Let's jump straight into the biggest highlights and reactions from the event. If you're enjoying the video, don't forget to leave a like to support the channel. Before looking at the main card, here are a few standout performances from the prelims. Paddy Pimblett's teammate Luke Riley squared off with Kai Kamaka III and finished the fight in the opening round with a TKO. The undefeated prospect now owns a perfect 14-0 professional record, including 3 victories inside the UFC. Riley continues to build serious momentum and is quickly becoming a fighter to watch. Another major storyline came from Gable Stevenson's long-awaited UFC debut. Taking on Elijah Ellison, the Olympic wrestling champion made an immediate impact by scoring a first-round TKO. It was an impressive introduction to the promotion and a performance that caught plenty of attention from fans. Following the victory, John Jones' coach also shared his reaction to Stevenson's impressive debut.
John, how'd that live up to your expectations?
He did tremendous.
Following the victory, Gable Stevenson shared his thoughts during the post-fight press conference.
I think I showed a lot to the people, but I also think there's so much more to show. Alicia, I knew he wasn't going to give up, but I knew if you hit Alicia Ellison hard from all of his videos that he would fall. And when I hit him hard after a couple good jabs and a couple good body shots, you saw that he wanted the breaks. He wanted to circle the cage. He wanted to make sure that he got away from me. I respect him for coming in and taking this match. He believed in himself wholeheartedly, and as I believe myself too. So I thank him. I respect him as an opponent, and hopefully he goes back to his family healthy.
Robert Whittaker also made his light heavyweight debut against Nikita Krylov. After a slow opening round where he appeared to fade, Whittaker settled into the fight and began finding his rhythm. He connected with several clean strikes before landing a powerful right hand in the third round that reportedly broke Krylov's jaw, forcing the referee to stop the contest. The result was a huge third-round TKO victory in his first fight at light heavyweight. Who would you like to see him face next? Now on to the UFC 329 main card. The opening matchup featured Bobby Green taking on Terrence McKinney. Although the two had been friends, there was clear tension after McKinney pushed for the matchup. The action started fast, with both fighters suffering cuts in the opening minute. McKinney looked sharp early and controlled much of the grappling after taking the fight to the ground. Once they returned to striking, Green turned the momentum around by attacking the body with heavy shots. Then, with only 2 seconds left in the round, he scored the dramatic finish to secure the victory. After the official result was announced, Green celebrated with his signature Triple H-style water spray. Here are some reactions. Matt Brown said, "That was weird. Didn't look like that body shot even landed and ref stopping it at the bell." Ben Askren said, "Bro, McKinney was tired and just didn't want to fight anymore." Dan Hooker said, "La September, see you there, Bobby Green." Rafael Dos Angeles said, "Give me Bobby Green in LA for my next one." Derek Brunson said, "Bobby Green just vet-checked McKinney. What a comeback." Molly Costa said, "King Green, I never doubted you." Billy Quarantillo said, "Huge win for Green. Would have liked to see round 2, but big dub." Vince Morales said, "Respected Terrence that hates a second round." Gilbert Burns said, "Wow, what a comeback for King Green." Gene Silva said, "Green is a dog." Ben Askren said, "Bro, McKinney was tired and just didn't want to fight anymore." Chris Gutierrez said that boy King Green is smooth. Next up, Brandon Royval faced Lonair Kavanagh. Royval controlled most of the opening round with his grappling, but Kavanagh nearly changed everything after rocking him with a huge right hand in round 2. Royval recovered, returned to his wrestling in the final round, secured back control, and finished the fight with a rear naked choke. Here are the reactions. Nassourdine Imavov said, "What a fight." Manel Kopp said, "Royal, he's a G." Arnold Allen said, "What a fight." Billy Quarantillo said, "Sick flyweight fight. Royal is a dog." Bilal Muhammad said, "What a fight. Royal is so fun to watch." Luke Thomas said Royal taps Kavanagh in the third. Gutsy performance. The vet had a strong first round but got rocked badly in the second, took the fight to the mat in the third, and used that BJJ black belt to secure the RNC. Damon Martin said, "What a fantastic fight and what a performance from Brandon Royal. Down but never out." Lonnie Kavanagh is a dog, but Royval was on a mission to get that finish. Great fight. Next, Corey Sandhagen met Mario Bautista in a competitive battle. The opening round featured mostly striking before Bautista scored a late takedown and damaged Sandhagen's left leg. Bautista kept attacking that injury throughout the fight, then dropped Sandhagen with a clean left hand in the final round. The bout went the distance, with Bautista earning a unanimous decision victory. Here are the reactions. Vinicius Oliveira said, "Congratulations, Bautista, you piece of... I fought with a broken arm and gave you the confidence you need for your next fights. I'm like a father to you." Trevin Jones said, "Mario is him. UFC, what a great competitor he is." The MMA guru said, "I had that being a very close Bautista 2,928 over Sanhagen based on rounds 1 and 3. Really high MMA fight. Crazy pace from both. Corey had a great second, but that knockdown to start round 3 secured it for Mario. There's an argument for Corey winning round 1, though. Mario had such a strong end to round 1 that I think it outweighs that one shot that kind of stunned him to start the round. He landed real good for the last 3 minutes and had that leg lock that did cause harm." The UFC 329 co-main event featured Benoit Saint-Denis against Paddy Pimblett, and it ended almost instantly. After Saint-Denis threw a high kick and shot for a takedown, Pimblett quickly locked in a choke. Despite several escape attempts, Saint-Denis lost consciousness, giving Pimblett a stunning submission win on a Conor McGregor fight card. Here are the reactions. Matt Vola said, "Paddy versus Arman got to do it." Glover Terrara said, "Another level of Peruvian necktie." Bilal Muhammad said, "Wow, told you Paddy had better grappling." Jared Gordon said, "Wow, what a sub. Paddy did great." Gene Silva said, "Paddy the baddie." Matt Brown said, "Ilya versus Paddy next. Easiest matchmaking ever, right?" Derek Brunson said, "Paddy put that boy to sleep." Gilbert Burns said, "What an easy win for Paddy the baddie. Congrats." Billy Quarantillo said, "Quick 6 submission. Paddy is the real deal." Kenya Florian said, "Nasty sub by Paddy." The UFC 329 main event featured Conor McGregor taking on Max Holloway. Before the fight, McGregor confidently predicted he would make the matchup look easy and deliver another unforgettable performance inside the octagon. Did Conor McGregor finally make his return? The answer came almost immediately. He threw 2 early kicks but slipped both times. After the second fall, it was obvious something was wrong. The awkward landing appeared to injure his knee, bringing the fight to an abrupt end after a 5-year wait. Some viewers also noticed he looked uncomfortable during his walk to the octagon. Here are the reactions. Islam Makhachev said Conor beat Conor. Congrats, Max. Rafael Dos Anjos said that pinky toe again. Brian Ortega said, "Conor said I'm not. And Ortega, he will give him real competition." Paul Costa said, "Iron shin bone and iron knee tendon will be back." Kevin Lee said, "Bro jumped 2 seconds into the fight and blew his knee. Game speed is different than practice." Torres Finney said, "Torn ACL on first kick. I know that feeling." Lauren Murphy said, "That's sad, man. A CL in the first 5 seconds." Sadiq Isef said, "I kind of feel bad for him." Bal Muhammad said, "Michael Chandler put a hex on this fight." Matt Brown said, "Told you Conor would never fight again." Jamal Hill said, "Wow, that's unfortunate and very disappointing." Bilal Muhammad also said, "Are they going to do a trilogy now?" Luke Thomas said, "Gregor blew his knee out on the literal first strike kick. It was the plant leg." Helen Ye said, "Hope Conor's leg is okay. Respect to Max for recognizing something was wrong instantly and not wanting to continue." The MMA guru said, "Conor McGregor jumps in for a kick in the first second of the fight, snaps his foot, and the fight has to be called off. This is the worst possible outcome of this main event. A literal nothing fight. They'll probably run it back." McGregor looked injured on the walk out. Jake Paul said, UFC highlights from tonight.
The thing I love about having this position or being on a platform. When Ilya Topuria fought Justin Gaethje, I was like, Ilya Topuria gonna knock your ass out. He gonna whoop your ass. If I look at your track record, you're always getting dropped. It's no secret. Eddie Alvarez fight, Charles Oliveira fight. Everybody he fights, he always gets dropped. So I saw Justin Gaethje on the red carpet, and a lot of people get scared. Yesterday. Okay. And I walked him. I was like, "Boy, I got that one wrong. I did. You sure proved me wrong." And congrats.
What did he say to you?
He goes, "I know, man, I'm a dog." And he goes, I was on that night. And I was like, "Yeah, you're on, but you impressed me." Justin Gaethje gutted it out and beat somebody who looked invincible.
What comes next for Conor McGregor remains uncertain after another unfortunate setback. Hopefully he recovers quickly, especially with only one fight left on his UFC contract. With UFC 329 complete, let's cover the latest headlines. John Jones and Alex Pereira put their rivalry behind them after meeting backstage during the ceremonial weigh-ins, where Jones apologized in person, explaining that his comments came from feeling slighted by Dana White's praise of Pereira. The two later posed together for a photo. Pereira also spent time with McGregor, who encouraged him to move on from the Herb Dean controversy and stay focused. Meanwhile, Demetrius Johnson revealed he personally apologized to Justin Gaethje after incorrectly predicting Ilia Topuria would defeat him. Here it was revealed that he received a custom Legacy Championship belt featuring his name and image. Conor McGregor is the only other fighter known to have one. In other news, Bryce Mitchell drew attention after a video surfaced of him shadowboxing in front of a burning tree. That wraps up today's MMA updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow with more UFC news.